All right. Hi guys, like she said, I'm Anna Haney, and I'm talking about girls in STEM and what we can do to help them. So first and foremost, I'm going to start with a video. It is an advertisement for Microsoft, but it really does set the tone for girls in STEM and the current climate of that. So we're going to start that.
Passionate about climate change. I'm worried that there won't be enough fresh water for everybody.
I want to make sure that we're able to have a self-sustaining environment.
My interest is to find a cure for breast cancer because my mom had it. Whoa!
Oh. Whoa. Cracks are probably where the water is.
Seeing stuff like this,
I think I want to be able to help do that.
It makes me feel like unstoppable.
That makes no sense to me. Like, why would that be? There's always going to be someone that says, like, no, you can't do it. I think I can.
We're as amazing as them. Like, we can do as much stuff as they can.
I want my name to be there and be like, Marley is the one who helped stop this climate change issue.
I will discover a cure for breast cancer.
We need all hands on deck right now.
This video, just to talk about it briefly, outlines these three girls that have gone into a Microsoft studio and they're discussing, what they want to build. And they're talking about breast cancer awareness. They're talking about climate change and all these groundbreaking things. And then they give them the bad news and tell them that chances are they're not going to be the people to solve these problems. And these girls' faces just drop. Oh, it gives me all the feels every time. But what it really does is it just pushes them to be like, no way, I'm doing this and you can't tell me no, which I think really speaks to the resiliency of women. So who am I and why am I in front of you? I am a mother, I'm a wife, I have 3 kiddos, 2, 11, and 13, 2 of which are female. I'm a daughter, I am a multi-generational creative family, it runs through the blood, and yes, we wear matching PJs at Christmas. I have 3 older brothers, so I'm the youngest of 4 and the only girl. So I've been in the thick of being the only girl in the group for a long time in my life. And lastly, and probably the most important for why I'm here today, is that I'm an entrepreneur. I have 2 companies, both software development related, that I run. I'm the CEO of both with my husband, and we make software for other people. It's a male-dominated field, and it's common that people will actually talk to my husband instead of me. And all around, I'm just a weirdo. I like all things kind of weird and games, and so I enjoy girls in STEM. So why girls in STEM? Why is this important to me? The shocking fact that a girl's confidence peaks at age 9. 9 is an age when they're going into 3rd grade. They get to 3rd grade, and my now 11-year-old stepdaughter came to me and she's saying, are these muscles fat? Like, is this thing on my body that's jiggling, is this fat? I'm worried that the kids aren't going to like me in my class. I'm worried that I'm not pretty enough. Maybe I'm never going to find a boyfriend. Oh my gosh, heaven forbid. And, it's amazing to me that in 3rd grade she's talking about things that maybe I skipped that lesson, but so many girls are concerned about this. And when girls' confidence starts to wane, they stop trusting in their abilities. They stop having confidence that they know the best things for them, and then they don't go after things. I can't tell you how many times I've talked to men and women alike that say, I didn't pursue something because that's a girl thing, or that's a boy thing. I didn't do piano because that's a girl thing. I didn't go run at recess with the boys because that's a boy thing. And that mentality actually leads to the problems that we have today, in that only 6.7% of women graduating from college graduate with a degree in STEM. This means that, we've got all these women going to college. We have all these women getting degrees and pursuing things, and only 6.7% of them are coming out the other side in STEM. STEM fields are the fields of the future. They're the fields that are creating the next technologies. They're creating the next best thing, and here we are with only 6.7% of women being represented in them. And I see that as an issue. So what can we do to help? First and foremost, we need to focus on what's important. Not just important to us or as society, but important to our girls. A girl's confidence in herself, a girl's confidence in her abilities makes her able to make the best decisions for her. We need to focus on their opinions, their thoughts. If your girl comes to you and she's talking about wanting to do something, but you know that that's more of a male-dominated field, instead of being like, wouldn't you be happier playing with a Barbie? Maybe be like, yeah, absolutely, totally, you should totally drive that truck. So giving girls the confidence and the ability to focus on what's important to them is our first step. And second, providing opportunities. Our girls need opportunities. They look to us. And this is not just in school, not just in their activities. This is in our homes. Providing opportunities for girls in our households to see strong women, to see that we share the housework with our male counterparts or female counterparts, to ensure that what we're doing is providing an opportunity for them to see change, because that starts with us. Our girls learn it from us, our boys learn it from us. If we don't start with that change, we're never gonna get there. So providing opportunities to let our kids have better than what we had and be cooler than we are. And if you don't know about Lunar Baboon, it's one of my favorite online comics for parenting. But anyway, so along the idea of opportunities, I wanted to highlight 3 of my favorite resources. Girls with Ideas is a startup company. They have a curriculum for leadership training and confidence building in girls. I actually stole the Girls Confidence Peaks at age 9 from them. One of my favorite companies. You can take a leadership quiz, find out what your leadership style is. I'm an arrow. So that's one of my favorites. We just heard about Girls on the Run, which honestly I did not know Cheryl was speaking before me until this week, and so this was completely happenstance, but I do actually find that this is one of my all-time favorite girl resources, and I'm hoping to maybe even get it going in Moberly here shortly. And last is A Mighty Girl. It's an online resource, lots of information. It has everything from curated book lists for mighty girl characters in literature to how to talk to your mighty girl about things like body image and changing bodies. And then their Facebook page actually every day highlights multiple times a day mighty women throughout history. The first female developer, the first female that helped with rocket propulsion. All those sorts of things are highlighted, and it's something that I like to read myself to inspire myself, but also then share with my daughters and inspire them. So I want to leave you with a couple things. The first is a story from about a couple weeks ago. I had the opportunity to speak at a women conference for women in science and entrepreneurship. I was on a panel, and I was in this room surrounded by all these smart women and college age and up. And out of this whole group of people, there was a 9-year-old girl named Isabella, sat right in the front row. Her mom let her come out of school. She goes to Ridgeway. She told me all about how she has 64 digits of pi memorized. Like, this girl is going places. And Isabella was just itching for the Q&A. And so when Q&A got there, her hand was the first one to shoot up. She was ready. And the question she asked us was, what would you tell your 9-year-old self? And I thought about it. I wouldn't tell her the mistakes I've made, because I probably wouldn't make them. And I wouldn't tell her the successes I've had, because that would take the fun out of the journey. What I would tell my 9-year-old self, if I was able to, would be to trust in myself, to have confidence in my ability to know my path, to know that where I'm going is where I need to go because I know it to be so. To surround myself with women and people that inspire me and push me and help me drive, but to know that at the end of the day, it's my choice and my decisions that lead me to where I need to go. So one of my all-time favorite sayings, she believed she could, so she did. That works for me today. Miss Verna, I was brave. Thank you guys very much.